Hey guys, I just wanted to start the video by saying there's going to be washing machine noises. It might be a little distracting, so I apologize. So today I thought it'd be really cool if you guys saw all my decks that I've made before I started playing with them and making videos on doing battles between them, which is going to be really fun. But I thought I'd do like a quick little preview of each one. I have 13 decks here. 5 of which are less powerful than the ones in the sleeves. I know it's going to kill some Pokemon fans, Pokemon card, trading card fans, that some of the decks aren't in sleeves, but I do not have enough sleeves for all of them, and nor do I have enough money to be spending on sleeves for all of them. So there are some shiny cards that are in these. Like, I know this energy is shiny, but like a trainer and the Pokemon V that is in here is loose leaf as well, which is true for all of these decks. But I tried to think about it like this. I am really just wanting to play with my collection. I'm not wanting to sell it or anything. So I think it's okay if, they're loose leaf. Although these ones are ones I want to protect a little bit more. So we are going to start with the less, not expensive, the less powerful decks. Alright, so here we have 5 decks. One of them is a 3 type deck. I made it specifically for my mom, who had, she wanted lizards and like other reptiles. And as you know, you kind of got to make do with the cards that you got. So I made her a 3 type deck, which can get really tricky. And then we've got my fiance's electric type deck, and then my fiance's grass type deck, and my dark and fire type deck. And this is not the only multiple type deck that we'll see today. I have a few of those. But anyway, as you can see, we've got quite a few good things. Some of which are upside down. Has no thoughts in its mind, I can tell. But this is the electric type. That Ampharos is really powerful. And I said this is like the less powerful deck, so that tells you something about the other ones. But yeah, it has a stone energy in it because I don't have an electric version of this, and so we play by house rules. So we're pretending this is an electric energy. It's the same in one of the other decks. You'll see a stone energy. Because we're not competing on challenges or anything. Here's the mouse hold. Sorry if my throat just made a noise, bro. That's awkward. Anyway, yeah, we got quite a few good things here. And if you would like a video on how to build a deck or how I build my decks, I'm willing to do one of those too. Alright, here's the fire type deck. We've got, I wanted it to be like a cat deck. My dark and my fire type deck were the same one, but it wasn't working out very well, so I split them. There's that stone energy I told you about. So I wanted there to be a cat deck. So you will see cats in both the dark deck and the fire deck. But cats and little critters, I should say. Like, look at the Rattata. The Rattata. But yeah, little Growlithe. This Entei is extremely powerful. I almost wish I had a less powerful card to put into this deck, so I could put this one in a more powerful fire deck. I'll have to think about it, or find one. But yeah, as you can see, and this little move right here, that is very difficult. Anyway, something I'd like to note about the reason I have less powerful decks is because a lot of times some moves that are fun to use are in the less powerful cards. So, a lot of stuff like discard something from your opponent's hand, stuff like that. A lot of really powerful cards just do a lot of damage. Whereas mid powerful or like still powerful but not ultra, they can do stuff that messes with your opponent. So, and you'll notice I have third evolution Vs that evolve, but none of their previous evolutions are in here. That's because I don't have a lot of V cards or GXs, EXs. So again, house rules, just kind of playing with what we have. But as you can see, we got quite a few little things. We got a Caterpie and Skiddo, and you'll see some repeats of Pokemon within these, and that's because they're my go-to Pokemon to add to any deck. Like that Whismur, that's a pretty good one. But I try to add stuff that's really fun, and if it's someone's deck, like my fiance's, I try to add the Pokemon that they like into the deck so that it's fun for them to play. Duh. You want it to be fun for everyone to play. And I don't make their decks weaker because it wouldn't be fun if my fire deck constantly obliterated my opponent's deck. So I make sure it's fair, fun play, and I make it so that if they want to switch it up, they can play with the other decks as well. So here we have the dark type deck. I really like the Gnaw the Wound attack on Rattata. So, and you'll see stuff like Sneasel, and then no Weevil, and that's because in the less powerful ones, I have some Pokemon who can just do a normal amount of damage and not need to evolve, if that makes any sense. You'll see though. There's Whismur again. There's some cats. Here's an Arbok I most recently got. I thought it was really fun that I could use it. Like this Nidoran, it doesn't have, its evolution isn't in here, but it can poison and do 20 damage. Again, if you want to know how I build my decks, I could do a video on that too. The Looker. I think that's quite entertaining. Very funny. But you can kind of tell what kind of deck this is just from looking at it. Another Farfetch'd. You guys see that? What a good catch. Sorry, I have a thing around my neck right now that is helping me film like this, but it's making it hard to see when the cards are slipping out of my hands. And finally, I'm going to show you the one that I'm sure you're really interested in seeing, the Tri-type deck. So, when my mom helped me make this, our idea is that it's a bird who's leading a bunch of reptiles, or like has a little rat pack of creatures. So, you'll see we got Salandit, so fire. And, ooh, whoopsie. Then we got fighting type. Dark type. I don't know why some of her cards are upside down. A Seviper. I'll have to fix that. Fuecoco. Salazzle. Gibble. And then Murkrow and Honchkrow and Garchomp and stuff. So we got one bird, the Honchkrow, leading all of these little critters. And yes, this deck is very hard to play with, if you were wondering. Okay, we're 10 minutes in. Let's get to the big boys. And I'll try to go a little faster with those ones. Unless you're interested, then I apologize that I'm about to go faster with these ones. So coming in with the Charmander sleeves. Charmander? Yeah. Girl, okay, your boy messed up there for a second. Please forgive my lapse in judgment. So, this is my fiance's bigger deck. LOL. Um, as you can see, got the Minchino, but we got Electivire. She's an electric type trainer. So, got Tapu Koko, Zorora. Stuff with, like, really good attacks. Although this Spinda, you would be surprised what this Spinda can do, honestly. You got Pikachu, Raichu, Pikachu V, and then Ash's Pikachu. It's a fun card. Another Mousehold, but no Tandem Mouse in the deck. Again, we're playing house rules, so we kind of got to use what we have. The big decks will have multiple really good cards in them, as you can see. And she chose some of these trainers. She really likes this Lucky Ice Pop. I think it's pretty cool. It's fun that you get to keep it. And then her energies. So that is the electric type deck. You can kind of get a sense of how the powerful ones are going to be set up. And I'll give a little sneak peek on how I build my decks. Once I've built one really good deck, like this deck, I will sort it by energies, special energies, trainers, Pokemon. And then what I do is I lay all the Pokemon out and I find a corresponding Pokemon in whatever the new deck I'm making. Like I recently made this water deck. I laid out all the Pokemon from this one and found corresponding, as close as I could get, decks. Oh my gosh. Pokemon with attacks that were around the same amount. So, and I would like to mention that some of these decks, not this one, but some of them I did make completely from scratch because of I made them off of one card that I thought was really cool. So not all of them are based on my fiance's deck. But anyway, this is my water deck. I just made this and I will be making a video maybe tonight using this deck for the first time to see what it's like because it's completely unplayed. But sorry, I saw two green-haired guys. Okay. And I try to make it so that you can mess with your opponent. Yes, this card is fake. I ran out of cards. I had to use one of my fake ones that I had accidentally got from the internet. House rules, I guess, you know. Especially because it's a Greninja, so it evolves from something else. Anyhow. Give me a second, guys. We're restarting from a new topic. Or a different topic. So basically, as you can see, these decks, if you know any of these cards, are made to mess with your opponent, as well as, like, I try to do a really good equal amount of messing with opponent and boosting your how much energy you have. I also try to choose Pokemon that don't have a lot of energy cost. Dude, I'm sorry these are squeaking so much. These are brand new sleeves. I just got them. Anyway, so that is the water deck. Let's speed run some of the next few. Maybe a few of them. Okay, other than this one, which is my main deck, which I forgot to take out, these are the rest of the decks. Look at the beautiful sleeves. This is one of my favorite sleeves. Alright, so let's do the dark deck. So this is my powerful dark deck. Um, they haven't been played with enough, obviously. Um, but like I like this one you get to do rock paper scissors. Just really fun. This one has a really cool thing. I just try to make it really fun to play the game. Uh I want it to be really fun anyway, but this card is really powerful. Oh yeah, we're speedrunning. Got Darkrai EX. Honestly, this deck is a little outdated. It doesn't have multiple EXs in it. But what can you do? Alright, next we're going to do the Psychic type deck. This is supposed to be my dad's deck. I don't know why some of the cards are upside down. That really bothers me. But he wanted Ghost type. And he really likes Mewtwo, so I also put Mewtwo in there. But you know you got to make it as powerful as possible. Guys, I'm going to end up dropping these cards again. Here's his Articuno V. Cressilla. Okay, and then he's got Espeon and another Espeon. Our house rules is anyway, our house rules, we can use the evolutions without an Eevee. The only reason we're doing this is because well, back in the day when I've made these, the first time I made these, I didn't have enough powerful Pokemon to be filling up my decks with Eevees. Or enough powerful Pokemon in general for each type. Anyway, we're supposed to be speedrunning this. So, that was the Psychic type deck. Here's the Grass deck. This is my mom's Leaf type deck. As you can see, some of the things are different, but that's because the person who gave me these sleeves so politely and awesomely, there wasn't enough for some reason for a whole deck. But no worries, the stuff that's in the special sleeves is just like energies and stuff. So, we'll see what's in here. The most goofy pairs. Let's speedrun. Arceus or Arceus? Comment down below if it's Arceus or Arceus, bro. A full art. This deck is really powerful. I usually build my decks off of this one, to be honest with you. I know I said I build it off of that one. That's because that's what I've been doing recently. But before that, I was using this one. Probably because this is a V-Star being used as a V. Now that I think about it. That's not fair. But it's still really fun to play with. So, that's the Grass type. Now, finally, the multi-type decks. This is Fire and Lightning. This is Fighting and Dark, I think. And this is Psychic and Dark. Yeah. And I built these two off of stuff that came in the Trick or Trade packs. Because they had a really cool card in there. The Monkey Dory, Pheasantipity, and the Ogie Dogie. Their cards were really cool to me, and I wanted to make two really powerful decks based off of their cards. So, that is what I did. But let me get to it. I'll show you mine first, and then these two are supposedly the most powerful decks I have. Maybe. Alright, coming right out the gate with the Jolteon. I really like Lady. She's pretty awesome. Because you get 4 energy cards. Moltres. And this Zekrom is cool because Reshiram, There's a card that interacts with this one. And then I have a pair of gloves for each type. Well, as many as I've collected anyway of the gloves. And I just switch them out when I'm fighting. Or if I don't switch them out and I forget to, we play house rules where you have to make up what kind of gloves they are based on the type you're fighting. So you have to be really creative with it or else you don't get to use them. But as you can see, and then I'm thinking of, once I can take the Entei out of there, I'm going to change this because it's not fair that I get to use this Charizard EX. Back when I first started making decks, I didn't have a lot of powerful cards to play with, so I had to just use whatever I had. There's no Charmanders or Charmeleons in this deck. This is just like a standalone card. This Scroll of Piercing